Hey, how's it going everyone? Teysind here. So just recently I picked up a bunch of JRPG merch that I got from Japan, and all of these are items for the most part that were exclusively sold in Japan. So I thought, why not make just a little pickups video just showcasing some of these things, especially because they're more niche items. So there might be some things in here that you can also discover that are out there in the world for the first time, and also as a way to just talk about some of the series that I love and some series I may have not talked about before on this channel. So without further ado, getting off with the first thing, I'm excited to show this because I haven't mentioned much about how much I actually really enjoy Final Fantasy 13 and the music, especially from, I believe it's Masashi Hamauzu. I've got the collector's edition soundtrack for Final Fantasy 13, the first one, and I listen to the songs so much, but I always wanted to get the soundtrack plus. I managed to get that, so I got it for a very affordable price. That's the soundtrack plus. It's got 16 extra tracks on it, and that completes my soundtrack collection for the original Final Fantasy 13. I've got the soundtrack for 13.2. I'm missing the soundtrack plus for that, and then I'm missing the two soundtracks for Lightning Returns, but at least for the first 13 game, I got it, and I just wish that whole trilogy got its own like remaster or something. I know that if you play 13.2 and Lightning Returns, especially on the Xbox Series X, their backwards compatibility, it's got, I think it's got the FPS boost, and they run in 4K, so that's a good way to play them. But I'd just love to see it, a bundle of the trilogy on PS5, maybe Switch 2, all the DLC on it and everything, and just yeah, like sort of just a few quality of life adjustments and stuff. But moving on, there's no pickups video, I guess, without .hack. I got two items from Japan, .hack related, and the first is this awesome mini acrylic of Kite, and it's got aura on the back. This is a brand new artwork, and 4 of these were released. There's this one, there's one with Haseo, there's one with Tokyo, who's from main character of .hack Link, and I should say Haseo is the main character of .hack GU, and one of Tsukasa from .hack Sign. That's the prequel animated to the original quadrilogy. I really wanted Kite, and I've already got the Haseo one. I actually have a cool story about that one. I ordered a few .hack merch from a guy in Australia from his eBay shop, and then later on I ordered another batch of .hack merch from him. We talked about .hack a little bit in the our messages, and when it arrived, I opened it up, and there was something wrapped in there that I hadn't ordered, and I looked at it. It was the Haseo acrylic, and I was so taken aback. I messaged him immediately and thanked him like just so much, and he said that he got in a couple, so he from Japan, so he put one in for me because he saw how much I was really into .hack, and I was so grateful. I mean, I am so grateful to this day, but now I can put this one alongside it on my shelf. So on one side I've got this one now, and on the other side I've got the Haseo one. And just so happy to have this. I mean, Kite is my favourite character in the .hack series. I've got this artwork on a towel that also got recently released for the series. But to have the mini acrylic, very, very cool. So I'll put that over there. And then the second .hack item I got, this is for .hack GE Last Recode. It is a 5 set of the A5 clear files. So these are all artworks from .hack GU Last Recode, I should say, in terms of these are all artworks that got released, upon the release of the game. And the 5 of these represent the artworks on the 5 fan books for .hack GU Last Recode. So this copy is actually sealed, so I can only just show you the artwork on this front one, and then the artwork on the back one, which is so awesome. So this is from the brand new volume 4 that came with Last Rico with Haseo and Ovan, and so cool to get this. So I might put an artwork, a picture up just on the side of the 5 different arts for the file set, just because it's sealed, and I don't want to take these out, but so happy to have this. Now moving on, series I've never talked about, that is Xenosaga. So I managed to get the Xenosaga Episode 2 Jenseits von Gut und Böse visual book. This came with the limited, or collector's edition rather, of the Japanese version of the game. So it's just a very thin visual book, but really glad to get this. I've got the visual book for the first game that's a beefier book. It might not just be called a visual book for the first one. Like there might be a different name for it because it's got a lot of stuff in it. But really happy to get this one. And another series that I really hope will one day or could one day get like a big remaster of all the games, and you know, content that was in the, you know, Japanese versions and so on. Just everything, or just want that series just to come back. It's, you know, with the love for the Xeno, I guess, series. I was gonna say the Xeno saga, not representing Xeno Saga, but the saga of all the Xeno games. It'd be awesome to see that, and especially Xenogears, which is with Square Enix. If that got like a HD 2.5D type of remake, like the Star Ocean Second Story, because that's sort of like, in a way, what Xenogears was like. I hope I said Xenogears originally when I was talking about that, not Xenosaga. But yeah, just Xenogears is one of those games where, you know, if Tetsuya Takahashi could even, I don't know, contract it back or do some work with Square Enix and finally get the Disc 2 content all as, like, you know, more fully fledged out, more gameplay stuff in it, and just as like a you know, a remake like this Star Ocean, was it Second Story R? That would be awesome. But another game that I also really want to get remastered, I guess there's a theme going on here, that is Radiant Historia and Perfect Chronology official artwork. So I've wanted to get this for so long now. When I said I want to get this remastered, in a way you could say this is the remastered version because it was originally on the DS, and then this version came out on the 3DS. But I really want to see this get released on, I mean, now I'd say the Switch too, but you know, even if it came out on the Switch and you know, with the huge install base, it's just, this game is one that I keep hearing about. I haven't played it. I did purchase it digitally before the eShop went down, and I purchased all the DLC so I can play it. But I do have some problems playing games in handheld only, just with my arms. And the one thing about the Switch that I love is that I have the capacity to transition between handheld and TV mode, and I don't have that capacity with the 3DS. So, you know, to be able to fully immerse myself in a game on the 3DS it's a bit harder, but it is a game that I know that one day, no matter what, I'll find a way to play it, even if I have to do in short bursts and span it out over a few months. But it just would be so good to see this game get another release, you know, just like Bravely Default recently got that release on the Switch too. And things like the Alliance Alive, the Legend of Legacy, like they're all these dual screen games that have had, you know, pretty awesome remasters done on the Switch, and other consoles, I should say, with exception of Bravely Default. But yeah, someone like, let's get this game. Now moving on to a series that I really love and I've been involved in since I was very young, but not in terms of many games. That is the Tales of series. I first played Tales of Eternia when that was the most recent Tales game, and it was called Tales of Destiny 2 in the US, and I've actually got a physical copy of that game. And recently, maybe last year before, I played Tales of Arise, and I put 150 plus hours into that game, not including the Beyond the Dawn expansion. I just love that game so much. And I'm about to start the Beyond the Dawn expansion. I wanted to give it some time just after the ending of the game. Just let my thoughts with the game settle. I went and just platinumed the game and did every single thing that I could do in it. And it was just like, still like, I could just want more and more and more. I just love that game so much. So in terms of Tales of series, I'm now trying to get into some of the older games, and with the remastered project happening now, I'm really glad that Grace's F got remastered. So glad that Xillia remastered has been announced, and I really hope that we get some of the others like Abyss, a remaster for that, Legendia, Tales of Rebirth, which is Japanese exclusive. It did recently get a fan English translation. Tales of Destiny Director's Cut also got an English fan translation. What else is there? Let's see. Tales of Hearts R on the PS Vita. See that come to newer consoles with English voice acting for the first time. That would be awesome. And of course, the one that I want the most is Tales of Eternia. Like, I really want that to get a remaster more than anything. But if it doesn't, I'll still play it on my on my CRT, PS1, PS2. I was about to say the PSP version, but again, it's just hard with always being in handheld mode for that. So to show you the Tales of merchandise that I got, there is a character illustrator for the Tales of series, one of a couple of notable ones, and this artist is Kosuke Fujishima, and he has a series of character works, illustration art books. They're all Japanese releases. I got the Tales of Symphonia one, really awesome to get this. I got it alongside the Tales of the Abyss illustration artwork with Luc von Fabre as the main character, and then the Tales of Vesperia illustrations art book. There are a few more. He's got this one where it's characters spanning across the games that he worked on, like his character artworks for him. There is the Tales of Xillia one, there's a Tales of Berseria one, and there is another one, I believe, for the other illustrator, and I forgot her name, but she passed away, I believe it was last year. And this book goes over her artworks for the main characters of the games that she worked on. And I have ordered several of them that are in another package that's actually just arrived 2 days ago, but I haven't opened it yet. And that one is, I believe, Tales of Xillia, Berseria, and then the Fujishima, I guess it might be in the 20th series anniversary art book, something like that. But yeah, it's really good going through all those artworks. And then for some of the more recent ones like Tales of Arise and stuff, I got the art books that came with the collector's edition. And oh man, I love that game so much. But moving on to another game that I love more than most, if any, every single game that I've played, and that is the Final Fantasy X Visual Arts Collection. So this is the Japanese art book for the game. And Final Fantasy X is the... how would I call this? I could say that my favorite game ever. But given since then I'm constantly discovering new games and having new experiences and everything, I could maybe say this is the most influential, pivotal game that I played from a story perspective, and sort of where it sort of led me in terms of games I play, and the way I sort of am immersed in the stories and everything. There's just something so special about this game, the time in which I played it, the people I was around that also were playing it, the way I got a PS2 just to play it, and the way I was following its release through magazines and everything before it even come out. Being this first Final Fantasy with voice acting, with more cinematic storytelling, and the story was it blew me away. And to this day, I think about the story so much. I listen to the music all the time, piano songs, orchestral songs, just all of it. It's just so special to me, Final Fantasy X. The story is just so beautiful. The love story, all the different things that happen in this game, the relationships between all the characters, the setting, a lot of the influences, cultural influences, everything in it. It's just, there is so much I could say about this game, and yet at the same time I feel like I don't even need to say anything, because I just feel so much when it comes to thinking about this game and my time playing it. And it's very special to me, and I'm so glad to finally get this art book for it, because I soak up anything Final Fantasy X that I can get. And I recently got they did a re-release of the Play Arts Kai Final Fantasy X Tidus and Yuna figures. When I say re-release, they did a release of them for the 10.10.2 HD remaster, but this Play Arts Kai version, they've redesigned them and they look way better than the original Play Arts Kai version. And I'm so glad to get the most recent Play Arts Kai versions of them. And it's just anything that comes out Final Fantasy X, I'm straight there for it, looking for it. But a beautiful game. So these are the things that I picked up. There were actually 4 more things, but they're just too big to put on the camera here, so I could just say them quickly. I got 4 wall scrolls for different video games. First one I got is the Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age B2 Tapestry wall scroll. The second is the Persona 3 Reload main character and his persona artwork. It's a B2 wall scroll. The third one is Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, one of the main artworks, as a B2 wall scroll. And then the fourth is a smaller A2 wall scroll of the main character and Gallica from Metaphor Re Fantasia, and I believe that was from the Famitsu DX pack. But yeah, I managed to get them all in, and because when you just get one wall scroll, because of the length of it, it changes the dimensions of the parcel and it makes the parcel more expensive. So I always make sure that I buy a series of wall scrolls because they all just neatly fit into that parcel without the price going up significantly. So I got them all together, and yeah, that was all with these things here, and really excited. So let me know, if there's any of these books and so on that you've never seen before, or maybe you have them, or maybe they're all just from series that you love. Like, for example, the Tales of ones, maybe one or several or all of those games. Some of you may have played or know about. Xenosaga is dot hack, of course. It's just, yeah, I love getting these merch, and particularly because they're not easily accessible, and they're also older merch. Like, most of these things, if not all of them, they're at least 10 to 15 years old or so on. Some of them being more recent, but it's just like, again, like a time capsule, finding some of these things, and in such good condition. Like, a lot of these things I get from Japan that are quite old, they're all wrapped so well. It's as if they are not as old as they are, and I feel like as it's important of me to make sure that I also keep them in these conditions. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you, everyone. It's good to chat and catch up a bit, and yeah, look forward to hearing what any of you may wish to share about some of these games or life in general. And yeah, be safe, and until next video, stay spot on.